Simcha, celebration, Simcha, Simcha, celebration of life.
Hello, welcome to Simcha, a celebration of life. I'm Nikki Wallman. For the past 12 years, award-winning film director Matej Minyak has dedicated his time to documenting the story of Sir Nicholas Winton, who single-handedly saved the lives of 669 children from Czechoslovakia just 9 months before the outbreak of World War II.
Until 1988, it was all a mystery. This old man saved my life and that of hundreds of others in the Second World War. Yet for 50 years after our escape from all but certain death, we knew nothing about him, not even that he existed. Now he's celebrated as a hero. He insists that what he did was nothing to make a fuss about. His story came to fascinate people the world over, especially children. They wanted to know more, much more, and they had questions. Why did he do it? How did he manage to succeed in what seemed like mission impossible? So along with others, I set out to discover and tell his story in a film. Given that I owed my life to him, I could have done no less.
I approached this story 12 years ago, quite by chance, and I was astonished that such a great thing, and when you surfed on the internet and there was no mention of Nicholas Winton, there was no film, no book, nothing about him. And I was amazed, and especially when I found out that he was alive still.
The scrapbook is filled with photographs of children caught up in a lottery of life and death. Some of their drawings, urgent telegrams, and pleading letters from their desperate parents.
This Kindertransport of Nicholas Winton is absolutely unique because he realized it by his own individual effort, and it was not supported officially by the British. They made it possible to get these children, but he had to find British families to get these children. He had to pay for the organization of these trains, and it's absolutely incredible how a 29-year-old guy who never was in Czechoslovakia, in Prague, could achieve it in 9 months before the outbreak of Second World War.
I went to Prague with the background knowledge of people in England who felt they knew much more about what Hitler was up to than the present government. The first thing I did then was to go around the camps where all those people endangered by the Nazis were living, and the conditions were pretty terrible.
As in life, everything is a chance and it's an accident, and he was on his way to Switzerland on a ski holiday, and his friend Marty Blake called him from Prague's hotel that he has cancelled his trip, this ski trip, because he found something far more interesting to do, and that he's in Prague. And therefore, Nicholas Winton changed his plans and came to Prague, and he found out that there was not any organization who was helping kids. So he realized this need, but everyone told him in Prague that it's impossible to do anything because he had no money, no connections, and he took this challenge just because it seemed impossible to make it possible, and he found a plan.
And we put 6 or 8 of these children together on one card. merely to speed up the process of getting the British families to choose. If somebody said we'd like to take a child, we just said, what sex? And then we said, what age? We gave them pictures of half a dozen children, and then we asked them to choose a child.
Thanks to this work on these films, many new children, in brackets, were found, and for each child it meant terribly a lot to find out their rescuer, because they, for 50, 60 years, they didn't know anything about him. They never heard the name Nicholas Winton. The reason why they didn't know anything about it is, first of all, that most of these parents died during the Holocaust, and Nicholas Winton, we call him today Nicky, found such a possibility that he made a false organization.
We weren't an official body at all. So all I had to do was to buy some notepaper and print British Committee of Refugees from Czechoslovakia, Children's Section. And at a very special meeting I had with myself, I then appointed myself honorary secretary.
So basically he's such a father of the biggest family in the world, so he is quite busy in his age of 102 years old.
Sir Nicholas Winton single-handedly saved the lives of almost 700 children from Czechoslovakia before the outbreak of World War II. His story of determination and bravery has inspired children around the world to continue his legacy, with the knowledge that if something isn't blatantly impossible, there must be a way of doing it. After the discovery of the scrapbook, a BBC reporter picked up the story and persuaded a reluctant Sir Winton to appear on her show.
I became part of this program. I didn't know I was going to meet for the first time the children that I'd brought over so many years before.
Managed to save 664 children. This is his scrapbook. But back here is the list of all the children. This is Vera Diamant, now Vera Gissing. We did find her name on his list. Vera Gissing is with us here tonight. Hello, Vera. And I should tell you that you are actually sitting next to Nicholas Winton. Hello. Can I ask, is there anyone in our audience tonight who owes their life to Nicholas Winton? If so, could you stand up, please?
Nicholas Winton is a simple guy. He just, with his pencil, scissors, good ideas, saved 700 kids. And young people love to have such a feeling, you know, that they can change the world, you know, that they don't live in a world which is unchangeable, that they can show their mark, and they want to show it in a good way.
Nicholas Winton saved Grandma, and he didn't have to, and that made me want to help people too. And I heard about people who had cancer and had lost all their hair, and I cut 10 inches off my hair, and they made it into a wig for one kid who had cancer.
When we are looking from the Jewish point of view, you know, what is the meaning of the Talmud? What is the meaning of Bible? I think their most important meaning is that to educate people by example, to show them what can be achieved by being nice to each other, to fulfill 10 commandments. I think that this story of Sir Nicholas Winton is in a way a continuation of something like this.
Nicholas Winton has influenced so many people all over the world to help someone who is very ill or in danger.
That you don't have to be a politician or a billionaire to make a difference. All you have to have is some ambition and courage.
With Nicky, you feel always relaxed and always laughing, and you wouldn't ever think that he was a hero, you know, or something, you know. And he said, "I am no hero. I am what I did. I was not in danger. I just did some little things, you know. But these little things meant terribly a lot."
I never thought what I did 70 years ago was going to have such a big impact as apparently it has. And if it has now got a story which helps people to live for the future, well, that will be an added bonus.
Well, that brings us to the end of this very inspiring program. Thank you so much for joining us. And we'd love to hear your comments, so find us on Facebook at Spirit Sister Productions Network. As always, from me, Nikki, and the Simcha team, shalom and have a safe and peaceful week.